This is how to build this nice looking, glowing pyramid in No Man's Sky. The walls are built up of 3 layers, one layer being light panels. If you choose to build it, you don't have to go with the pure white ones, you can colour them whatever colour you want. And I'm quite pleased with how the stained glass effect is formed in the centre. Of course, the first part of the video is covering the basic universal pyramid setup, and if you saw that in my previous video, I have timestamps so you can jump ahead. So let's start with the universal setup. I'm going 5 floors up, you don't have to, you can go higher or lower. Replace a floor panel. Now we can delete those walls. Now the important part, we go up 2 walls and 1 short wall. Place a floor panel on the top. If you're feeling confident at this stage, you can delete the 2 walls and the short wall. Or you can leave them in place. Now we create a cross pattern. And we move on to the wire glitching aspect of the build. Select the short wall. Place it at the edge of the floor panel. Hit wire and place at the same time. Then carefully pull the wire and center it with those markings on the floor panel. Once that's in place, we can move on to the next one. Select the short wall, place it on the edge, then do the reverse wire glitch again. For the various platform buttons, you'll see it at the bottom left corner right now. And the reason we have to center the wire very carefully is if we go off slightly, the wire will twist. So take your time on this part of the build. These 4 wires act as an anchor for the next set of wire glitches. So now we select the floor panel, place it on the edge, do the reverse wire glitch by hitting place and wire at the same time, and then connect the wire. We're now free to delete the wire that acted as the anchor, and we can move on to the next side. Select the floor panel, place it against the edge, reverse wire glitch, connect the wire, and then delete the anchor wire. We'll repeat that step for the next 2 sides. That's the last one done, so let's select the short wall again. Green state it on the top floor panel, do the reverse wire glitch, and connect the wire to the bottom wire. And we're going to repeat that step for the remaining 3 sides. Now select the floor panel again, go into the wire menu, place your cursor on the wire connector point, and hit wire and place at the same time. Select a small floor panel, place it to the side of the large floor panel, and move the large floor panel down half a step. Now we're going to repeat this wire glitch on each of the sides. But at this stage it's quite important to check that the wires are all facing the right direction, as I'm doing with this wire right now. It shouldn't be an issue, but little mistakes do occur from time to time. That's the last floor panel, moved down. Now we can select a large triangle and simply snap it to the top of the floor panel. Of course, you're going to repeat that for each of the sides. We can start deleting the floor panels. And we can delete some of those floor panels in the one below. And you should have something like this. and I'd say this is a good time to make a save. Now we just simply attach triangles down the sides. Of course, we're going to do this for each of the sides. But this is quite straightforward, so I'm going to jump to the end. That's the last few triangles going in place. Now it's time to put a floor at the bottom. So place some triangles like I am right now on both sides. Select a small wall. Do the reverse wire glitch. Pull that wire to the one above. This is another anchor wire. Then select a small wall again. Do the reverse wire glitch again. Pull that wire to the other side. Now we're free to delete some of the triangles and the anchor wire. Select a floor panel, go into the wire menu, highlight the connector point, and then wire glitch the floor panel to that connector point. Attach a small floor panel to the side. Then you're free to move that floor panel in half a step. And at this point you can start building out your floor. I'm going to place the floor panels down, but just leave the ones in the corner, thereby minimizing the amount of snap points I may encounter later in the build. Also remember, you can do this at higher levels in the pyramid to create floors. We're free to delete that wire now. At this point you can build a standard stone pyramid or a glass pyramid, but before we do that, let's make another save. That's the universal aspect to the pyramid done. Let's move on. We'll start by placing triangles as so. Then select floor panels and go down 2. Then select a small stone wall and attach 2 of them underneath the floor panel. Move the floor panel down to the bottom of the small wall. Delete the 2 small walls. Select the raised small paving. Go 3 up. Move the floor panel to the top small paving. Attach another floor panel. Select a stone triangle. Place them as so. Once you've got the 2 at the top, you can delete the other ones. I'm putting that floor panel back as reference. And then I'm going to delete the small pavers. Attach 2 small walls underneath the floor panel. Move that floor panel down to the bottom. Delete the 2 small walls. Select the raised small paving. Build them up by 3 again. Move the floor panel up to the top. Delete the raised small pavings. Attach 2 small floor panels. Move the floor panel to the bottom again. Delete the small walls. Attach the raised small pavings, again 3 of them. Move the floor panel to the top. Delete the raised small pavings. Attach 2 small stone walls underneath. Move the stone floor panel to the bottom again. Delete the small walls. Attach the raised small pavings, again 3 of them. Move the floor panel to the top. Delete the raised small pavings. Attach 2 small stone walls underneath. Move the floor panel to the bottom again. And as you can see, it fits snugly underneath. Select the floor panel. You can now delete that floor panel and the 2 small walls. We can go inside and select a large triangle and attach the triangles as so to fill in that space at the top. Now double check everything's in place. Once you're sure all the triangles are there, you can delete those 2 floor panels. And then we have to repeat that process for each of the sides. As I repeat that process for another side in the background, let's cover a few things. It seems overly complicated, but it isn't. The first one, as you now know, is quite straightforward. It's just getting that one in the inside to nudge slowly upwards that's the issue. Hence the reason I kept repeating the same step over and over again. I know there are quicker ways to do the same process, but this method is the easiest to follow along with as you're repeating the same process over and over again. And it also gives you the option to build up more layers if you so wish. So using this particular method gives you the option to diverge to what I've done and do something more to your own taste. But enough of the blather, I'll shut up now, you can watch what I'm doing and I'll speak to you in a minute. That's the last layered side done. This would be a very good time to make a save. And now I've jumped forward and you can see I've already put 1 set of lights in. So first of all, select the stone triangle, attach them to the bottom like I'm doing now. Select the light flow. Attach them to the sides like I'm doing now, making sure they're facing the right direction. Attach them to the bottom, also making sure they're facing the right direction. delete those 4 triangles. Select the light flow panel again. Attach them as so, making sure they're facing the right direction. When you've got some in place, you can delete the spurs. Now we can delete those triangles. Select the light flow panel, place them as so. Delete the spurs. Then we can do the same on the other side. Remove more of the triangles, keeping the diamonds in the corner. Delete some of the triangles at the top, but make sure you don't delete the ones in the inside layer. Now you're free to select the light flow panel and build up the sides. You might encounter some snap issues at the top, especially the one at the very top. We can delete that central triangle. As we attach more light flow panels, can you see they're slightly blended in together? If you wish, make sure you've got that too, or they'll poke out on the inside. Now you have to repeat that process for the remaining 3 sides. I've jumped ahead. I'm going to swap the top part of the pyramid from stone to alloy. That's L1 in the PlayStation. The button for your platform will be indicated on the left hand side of the menu. Let's build out the outer layer. All you have to do is select a stone triangle and simply place it. Making sure it snaps to the outer layer and not the middle layer. And the reason I've left a gap in each of the sides is because I haven't decided what side the door is going to be yet. But this is quite straightforward, so I'll jump ahead. That's the last few triangles going in place. It's time to wire up the light flow panels. You'll have to do this from the inside. The top is going to be quite difficult, but it's worth doing the very top first, because as you're wiring, you probably quickly see if you've missed any, like I have here. So, before carrying on, let's go outside and put those 2 missing light flow panels in place. Now they're in place, we can go back inside and finish off the wiring. My best advice for wiring up the top is to be quite systematic, regimental. Think about where the light floor panels are going to be and follow that pattern. Once the top of the pyramid has been wired up, wiring up the rest will be quite easy. When you've wired up one side, it's a good time to go and attach it to the main power. And the lovely glow will indicate if you've missed anything. Now, it's just a simple case of finishing up the rest of the wiring. Once all the wiring's done, we're going to build up the inner layer. So snap some triangles as so. The corners might be a little bit difficult. And at this point, if you decided what side your door is going to be, you can go right across. Filling in the gap is extremely straightforward. And this is also a good time to start filling in the floor. This is also a good time to put triangles in each of the corners in the inside layer. Once those triangles in place, let's select a timber framed glass panel. Place them as so, rotating them to make sure they flow in the same direction as the sides. Also making sure to remember they attach to the inner layer. And attach 3 panels in the centre, rotating them to create a lovely pattern. Now we're going to do that for 3 of the sides. The side that's going to have the door, you can't do the bottom 2 panels because there is no snap points as of yet. But I'll let you watch me do this side before we jump on to the door. For the door side, you have to attach triangles to the inside layer, as I'm doing right now. Select a small floor panel, snap them to the top, delete the 3 triangles you placed earlier. Attach small floor panels to the bottom of the 2 you just put in place. Now you can delete the two top small floor panels. You're now able to snap the two glass timber frames. Make sure they're all attached to the inner layer. I deleted those two small floor panels. You don't have to, unless you can't get your camera inside the build, as you'll need them to snap two stone floor panels to either side of them. But if you have had to get rid of them, just build them back up in the inside and then snap the two stone floor panels to either side. Now for the outer layer, attach two triangles as so. Select a large stone floor panel, snap them to the top of the triangles. Delete the triangles underneath. Place two small stone panels in the centre, making sure it's in the outer layer. Then move down the large stone floor panels to either side. And finally, delete the two small ones in the middle. Now select a small stone wall, snap two of them on top of each other, delete the bottom one. Select a small wall again. Do the reverse wire glitch. And when you pull the wire, you're probably going to find that the snap points in the rest of the build is a bit distracting. So when you find the perfect angle, make sure it's nice and straight. Select a small stone wall. Do the reverse wire glitch from the top and attach the wire to the bottom of the slightly angled wire. Now delete the remaining small wall and the slightly angled wire. Now select a stone floor panel, go into the wire menu, wire glitch it to the bottom of the wire, select a small floor panel, and this time you're probably going to find it's quite difficult to find a snap point. I found facing this way and attaching two at the top is the best method. Delete the small floor panel in the middle and raise the large floor panel up half a step. Now we're free to select the power door of our choice. Attach them to the four sides of the floor panel with the struts facing inwards. And delete the floor panel in the middle. Now select a stone wall and wire glitch it to the three power points in the inside of the airlock door. Now we can select a wall of our choice and easily place them in the sides of the airlock door. At this point I chose to put a floor panel down there. But now it's time to wire up the airlock door. Like me, you might find it a little bit difficult at the bottom. But once all four power doors have been wired up, pull a wire to one side of a proximity switch, which I placed earlier against a small wall, and make sure the other side of the proximity switch is going to the mains power. And the very last thing you have to do with this build is just to make sure that everything is attached to the correct layer. But after that, upload your base and then sit back and enjoy this build at night time. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, hit that like and subscribe button. Oh, and the bell thingy. And of course, thank you for watching. See you all later.